All right, and we are live. What's going on, everybody? This is Rob Garcia, the Warrior Strategist, and I'm trying something new today. I'm actually doing an 8-platform live stream, and first time I've ever done this. And I want to thank Richard Kaufman and Annette Wittenberger for giving me the idea to do this. This broadcast is my very first one. It's going out to Facebook, my business page, my Facebook group, Vetpreneur Tribe, my other Facebook group, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Twitter, all at the same time. So I better deliver, right? Pressure's on. All right. So basically on the tech side of the house, what I did was I just upgraded to StreamYard's paid plan. And this allows me to record video, allows me to record in HD, which is really nice. And it limits you to a certain resolution at the unpaid level. And so I finally went with the paid plan. I've been doing multi-platform broadcasts for a while, but old school with like a bunch of phones set up. And today I wanted to do it the correct way. So I set this up. Big shout out to my buddy Dylan Pruitt, who made it possible for me to get a new laptop that was refurbished, and I was able to run my stuff off of it. All right, so today we're going to talk about 3 prevalent scams in PR. I'm going to give you guys some behind the curtain insider knowledge as to what you should not be investing in on the PR side of the house. And I'm probably going to piss some people off, which is great, because the only people that get pissed off when I do content like this are scammers. So good. They can go to hell. Before we get started, let's do a shout out really quick to the sponsors. I want to thank Mike Peterson at Mike's Damascus Knives. If you need a custom handcrafted knife, he can even put your name on it. Good right before Christmas. And Mike has an EDC sale, everyday carry knife, that is like $99, and he hand makes it. I think you get a sheath with it too. But check him out, mikesdamascusknives.com. Unbelievable craftsmanship. This is the tactical knife. Thank God I got Mike as a sponsor, because his quality is unbelievable. I'm surprised I haven't chopped my thumb off with one of these yet. All right. And good to see Joe Nicasio, some other people that are popping in. All right. So as I go through this, feel free to ask questions and comments. I love educating about scams. I love educating about how some PR agencies are flat out manipulating their marketing to trick you into sales. And I like to help my audience to be able to spot these parasites, because I don't like to be caught up in that world. I don't need to trick people to, make sales. In fact, I'm one of the few people that actually downsells when I'm on sales calls if it's not right for the customer. That's why people trust me. I always tell people, I'm not going to sell you the lobster unless you want the lobster, right? I will downsell you to the correct amount of PR for your business model, for your industry, for your niche, for wherever you're at in business, versus trying to sell you Grant Cardone style on the most expensive thing I can find and then upsell you into homelessness. That's not my jam. All right, so let's jump into it. I don't like to waste time, and I appreciate everybody. Shout out to Vet Tribe. This is my first multi-platform broadcast to Vet Tribe and LinkedIn and Twitter and a bunch of other places. All right. So the first scam to look out for is you've seen these ads on Instagram and Facebook. They've got like 100 logos. It's a subdued color, but in the background, it's like 100 logos. And it says, get your business featured on hundreds of media sites. Now, what's wrong with this is that it's marketed with verbiage that makes you think you're going to be interviewed on these hundreds of sites. So that's the first problem. And what they're doing is they're issuing a low-value press release out to 100 sites that they might have that are very low readership. These are not giant media sites. And you can tell because if you look at the names of what's being advertised, they're knockoffs of actual things. Okay, so like you'll find something like the Chicago Gazette, and it'll have like a newsy font. It'll have the Cleveland Herald, stuff that sounds like mainstream newspapers or media, but it's not. And people fall into this because it's an attractive price point. They're usually advertising them for like $97 or something. But even at that price point, your ROI is almost zero. And this is why I tell people not to fall for this, because not only are they making it sound like you're going to be interviewed, which you're not, by these companies, they make it sound like you're going out to premium media labels, which also you're not. Okay, so that's the first one. So if you see the as featured on, get your business featured, in these hundreds of media sites, blah, 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 your ROI is not going to be very good, despite the slick ads. So buyer beware on that one. The second one is the infamous Forbes, Fortune, Business Insider. Pay for a feature, you grease us $2,000 and we'll put you a feature in Forbes. And oh my God, so many people fall for this one. And I'm going to tell you something in all honesty. I've never known a single person that got rich or famous overnight from being in Forbes or Fortune or Business Insider. It's just stat padding. It's just something you could put on your as featured on, and you could take some screenshots, and that's great. It's not going to drive a ton of traffic to you. It's not going to make you this success that you want to be overnight. Okay. Don't buy your way to fame. Don't even try. I'll hand you a lighter because you're burning your money. Here's what's really funny that I just found out. So apparently Forbes has a company that handles their trademark. And if you pay $2,000, you get featured in Forbes for a month, whatever. And then you put as featured on Forbes on your branding, they're going to come after you for usage of the trademark. And they're going to charge you hundreds of dollars, if not $1,000 immediately. They're literally going to send you an invoice. So Forbes is doing you dirty twice. And I gotta admit, it's pretty clever because they can bully people into, 2 payments. And the whole thing is just really shady. And if you guys are saying hi to me, for a couple of you, it shows up as Facebook user. So just, let me know who you are. Throw me a name so I can give you a shout out. And Joe makes a really good point. What's up, Joe Nicasio? Forbes.com is not the same as Forbes magazine. Oh my God, Joe, you're so right. So anyway, pay for play for Forbes, Business Insider, and Entrepreneur Magazine, or Fortune. Don't do it because they're overpriced. B, the return on investment is horrible. And C, you might get dinged for trademark infringement. So just don't do it. What else? I had something else for those ones specifically. Oh, so what I have done in the past is I've created premium press releases that have gotten people on Yahoo Finance, Business Insider, NASDAQ.com, and a few others. And we've actually seen massive web traffic from those. I bumped up somebody's YouTube from I want to say 300 views to regular 5,000 views on their videos in less than a year using this technique. So there are ways to use these premium sites without paying an arm and a leg. But that's a rarity, and you got to know somebody that knows how to properly get the press release sent to the right places. And it's not the same as being featured. So for example, my client that got in Business Insider, their press release was hung on the Business Insider website, but they weren't featured in Business Insider. There's a difference. And these are the little things that the average person doesn't know about. I know behind the scenes because I research a lot of this stuff, and I like to know cause and effect. So anyway, yeah, avoid buying your way into these major labels. You could take that $2,000. Let me give you an equivalent. If you're going to drop $2,000 on PR, you can get a premium press release going out to thousands of media sites. You can get a push to every local TV station in your area. You can get a bunch of business articles. These are services I offer. I'm not pitching you guys, but I'm just letting you know equivalents. I could probably get you 5 interviews, 5 podcast interviews, and then magazine coverage. And while it's not the same level, it's not like some crazy premium overhyped brand, you would have those results versus pitching everything onto something that gives you, a tiny uptick on your social media for a week or 2. So just think about how you're spending your PR dollars. And remember that PR is the long game. PR is not buy your way onto something and then you're just successful. It's not how it works. It takes time to establish relationships with journalists. It takes time to have consistent messaging to attract people to you. 3-month plans are a lot better than 1-month plans. So just a thought. All right. The third PR scam you guys should look out for is the ones that promise you the big labels and then just vanish or don't provide anything. There's a lot of agencies out there that are charging a shitload of money, a terrifying amount of money, $5,000 to $12,000 a month. And they promise you, yeah, we're going to get you on Fox. We're going to get you on CNN. We're going to get you on MSNBC and Al Jazeera and freaking BBC and whatever. And then you get a couple of interviews, like maybe at a local radio station or something, and they just shrug their shoulders stupidly. And they're like, oh, sorry, bro, just, it didn't pan out. Nobody liked the angle. Well, okay, several things wrong with that. The first thing is, if you're shopping around for a PR agency, you need to see their pitch deck. If they don't have a pitch deck, run. And it's perfectly okay to ask them this. And if they get squirrely about it, they're not right for you. A pitch deck is a listing of their services, prices, packages, and expected results. PR is not 100% predictable. That I understand. But you can absolutely see patterns in people's results over time, and they should be able to provide those with you. A pitch deck is vital if you're going to pay over $1,000 for any type of PR. If they don't have a pitch deck, they're not a pro, period, dot. They're a hobbyist. My pitch deck, I think, is 9 pages long. It's got 3 pages alone of client placements. People have gotten on the news, like the media sites, screenshots, my Brian King on the front page of the newspaper in his state, Doug Barry being on TV a bunch of times, Ryan Landry, Eric Ranks, all the people have gotten, coverage. A PR person usually cannot promise guaranteed placement with medium to high level media sites unless they've got somebody on the inside, which is usually a violation of terms or possibly illegal. If they run your feature and they do not put, this is a sponsored post or an advertorial somewhere in the feature, they're breaking FTC rules. They're breaking the law. And I'm finding out more about this as well, which is crazy. So just food for thought. If you want to go big with an agency, make sure they have a pitch deck. Make sure you have an idea of their past performance. Make sure that they can provide someone you can talk to. And this is a big one. Make sure they provide someone you can talk to that's a past client that can give you an honest assessment as to their performance, what it was like working with them. Reviews aren't always accurate, and some real shitbirds can change their reviews or alter them so that the bad ones are either hidden or bought off or whatever. There's a lot of bad actors in the PR space. I would say PR is right under digital marketing as far as people that are pretenders in the game. And I haven't always hit home runs with my clients, and I'm always the first person to admit it. But I've gotten better at mitigating it in the context of even the campaigns that don't do amazing. The clients still got some interviews. They still got a shitload of web traffic. They still got enough results to get more sales. And that's what I'm doing. It's almost like a hedge fund. You buy a bunch of stocks, and the bad ones, you have some bad ones in the bunch, but you got the good ones that are outperforming. So you actually, you come out in the red. That's how I'm getting now. And I've never worked with somebody and at the end of like a certain amount of time said, sorry, man, we couldn't get you anything. It just wasn't a good time, any shit like that. I have enough assets in my corner to where I can get people interviews. I've got a giant network. I can tap some of the bro network and get people interviews. Press releases are a given. That one I can guarantee. Business articles I can guarantee, all that stuff. So anyway, you need to find yourself a well-rounded agency that's got a list of services. It doesn't have to be me, but I'm just saying there are certain characteristics you should look for in a PR firm. And speaking of PR, yes, I'm going to soft pitch you guys for like half a second. So I'm working on this. As you guys know, I created the Tactical CEQ Business Visibility Guide. The reason it's all stickied up is because I'm revising the print edition, so I'm not releasing it. But you can get the digital edition for half price. So if you need the digital edition which teaches you social media, media pitches, complete templates for social media posts. I've literally got the examples you can just grab and use and why they work. The digital copy of this is $47. I'm going to pop the link in the comments. This is 50 pages long. And the next version, the print version that I'm going to release soon, is probably going to be more like 65. So I still got some work to do on it. If you guys are interested, I'll pop the link in comments after this is done. Feel free to pick it up. So far, I've gotten very good feedback on it. Okay, so that is about it. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. This was my first 8-platform broadcast, and looks like I got some people on here. Thank you, Joe Nicasio, for your insights. And I'm sure that a ton of comments are going to show up later, which is always fun. If you guys have any questions about PR visibility, hey, is this a scam? Reach out. I always love educating people on this. I always love helping people to get the most for their PR dollar. And I got no problem calling out the snakes in my industry, for sure. All right. Thanks so much, guys. I really appreciate this. I'll be doing a lot more broadcasts now that I got my new setup, and I appreciate all you guys. Thank you for being in my ecosphere. It's always a pleasure to work with you. This is Rob Garcia, the Warrior Strategist, signing off. And as always, stay famous. See you next time.